Hey y'all, I'm Ms. B. What's on my sweater? Anyway, I'm here to recap Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 16, episode 12. It's called, what was it called? I think it's The Return of Freaking Frack. I didn't write it down. Those who follow me, I usually do my videos on Sunday night as soon as it's finished, but it's the holiday weekend and I didn't feel like getting on here and talking about it. I did watch it last night. So anyway, let's get into it. The episode opens up with Shamia and Kelly in her backyard. Shamia's sitting by the pool. Kelly comes over. They're popping bottles, champagne, drinking straight out the bottle. I was like, God, dang, girl, y'all couldn't wait. Like, okay, let's drink straight out the bottle. Couldn't get no glasses anymore in that big old house, Shamia. Anyway. And they were planning a trip, and then Kelly tries to give Shamia a whole bunch of ideas where she going. She starts off saying Caribbean. Baby, Shamia did not pass that pop quiz. Shamia starts off with the Maldives. Y'all, the Maldives is in the Indian Ocean, next to Sri Lanka. Didn't this lady just say Caribbean? She named Brazil. She named all the different continents other than they're going to Grenada. So they show Grenada as the island of spice because Kelly, eventually said the island of spice. I guess Shamia didn't catch that clue. And she's like, oh, I have friends there. I was like, well, girl, if you got friends there, how you didn't know? I was like, Shamia, I love you, Shamia, but girl, we're going to get to you later. Anyway, then Kelly gets to talking about, her divorce. They show a scene where she's at that restaurant that never opened, I guess, the second waffles chain. So she owed her attorney $158,000 in fees, divorcing this man for over 2 years. She was like, at this point, I think he just wants my soul. And I was like, girl, he won't break my soul. He won't. I'm telling everybody, girl. I've been through a divorce before. Keep your head. You got to keep your head up. Tupac. Anyway, the next scene to me feels like a filler scene. It's with Portia, Miss Diana, and Lauren, and Portia's looking for a house. Now, I follow Portia on her YouTube channel, and Portia is literally still in that house that Simon bought. And she was smart this time. They show that she did a prenup. He can just kick her to the curb and throw her stuff in trash bags like Cordell did. And part of that prenup is 50% ownership of that house. My thought process, being in the county, I was like, is there still any equity in that house? And then also with Simon being a whole scammer, like, where did he get the money to buy the house? Like, I have so many questions. Is Portia divorced yet? I know the divorce got pushed back. Oh, I think it got pushed back to June. But then her lawyer has sent in a letter. I think I saw it on Instagram or somewhere where she's going to be out of the country. She don't want to attend in person. She wants to attend via Zoom because she has a work obligation. But Simon's going to be there. That's what I read. So she was smart this time. But this scene gave... We ain't got nothing else to film with Portia on. Portia, let's go house hunting. But if you go to Carmen Day, look at Portia's YouTube. She's still in the house that her and Simon had together. She still is in that house. It don't look like no bit of moving is happening. Matter of fact, the house look really cluttered. Anyway, next scene. Kelly and her dog are getting a massage. I want to say we are a dog family. Cha-Cha don't look okay. Cha-Cha got too much hair dye. Why does Cha-Cha wear eyelashes? Like, that's overkill, Kelly. We understand you almost lost Cha-Cha and you want to identify her differently from everybody else, but girl, that's too much dye. That's too much. Ooh, Cha-Cha look a mess. Sorry, girl, but Cha-Cha look a mess. And then they do this triple scene again. You could tell after the Kenya of it all, and Portia can't explain her divorce, then we got these newbies ain't really pulling it. You could tell Bravo was looking for some hints, probably why they brought back Phaedra. No, ain't no hints. It's obvious is why they brought back Phaedra. They have these triple scenes when Shamia goes to Big Tigger's show in Atlanta. I think she used to work there also. And she gets to shade in Drew. And, because they mentioned Drew's song. And then Shamia starts singing it. Shamia sings. I'm like that, though. I sing a lot. She has a better singing voice than I do. But I like to sing. I like music. It makes me happy, So she kind of shades Drew on the morning show, on that show, Big Tigger show, and never had. And she's like, never had titties like this. You never had. The next scene is when I get the roll in my eyes talking about Housewives. Britt and a weird ass husband. They're in a bathroom in robes, and she's doing bare naked shapewear. Okay. And she threw this little dog whistle in there when she said, you know, my insurance license is on hold for now, so I can work on this line. Is it on hold or is it suspended? Is your line suspended? Is it on hold or is it suspended? Make up your mind. I know what that dog whistle was, because you trying to still pivot on this king of it all. Girl, you giving obsessed. Why are you so obsessed? Look at me singing obsessed with me. It's giving obsessed king. It's not on the show no more. You're not filming with her no more. So why are you still talking about... She ain't say king and name, but, oh, you know, my license is on hold. Is it suspended on hold? Girl, they say your LinkedIn ain't updated. No, I ain't updated my LinkedIn either, but I'm just saying, like, if you into real estate and stuff, your platform and socials and LinkedIn and things like that, what is the real tea, girl? What is the real tea? And bravo, y'all fumbled this season with keeping Britt over Kenya. Whatever happened, whatever the investigation was, y'all should have put both of them on pause or had them sit it and talk it out on camera or something. Because it's giving, y'all didn't have nothing else to do but bring Phaedra back. The next scene after that is it's Angela and Charles, and they're one of the rental properties. Angela is very, 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 very smart, because she's trying to sell these dang properties, and you know it's gonna be people watching, and they got probably live in Atlanta that's gonna want to buy some of these investment properties because they're nice size houses. Yeah, they need a little, you know, nip tuck to them, but they're nice size houses. And I mean, for the amount of like square foot it is, they're very cheap. So she's doing a good job. I keep showing these houses all the time that she's trying to sell. Some guy had came over and told he was gonna do all of this and all of that, and he didn't do none of the stuff they talked about. Typical stuff. It seems like that happens in Atlanta. And then they get to talk about the family drama, and for some reason she apologizes to Charles after having the conversation with her mom, who we know has now passed on. Rest in peace to her mom. Condolences. And I'm like, why is she apologizing to him? He always seems like he don't like her. I'm sorry, I'm gonna call her a thing. Seems like he don't like her. He don't want to show her no love and affection, nothing. Even if she apologized and she gets emotional, she was like reaching out to him for a hug, and he looked like, okay, now get off of me. Honestly, that's what I clock. That's my opinion. It gives like, do you like your wife? I understand these, you know, some men get to a certain age and they just don't give a F no more. And apparently Charles Oakley has always been appealed. And I looked at his birthday, he's a Sagittarius. That all makes sense. You ever dealt with a Sagittarius man? Oof. Woof. So the next scene is Britt Country Club event. Her husband comes in dressed like the little Monopoly man. You ever play Monopoly? Everybody play Monopoly. Dressed like the Monopoly man. If the producers ask her, what does shapewear have to do with the derby? I don't know. I mean, like, it's classy, it's this, it's that. I don't know. And she couldn't even answer the question. And honestly, when they pivot to that scene where it's showing her this is the shapewear, girl, they look like Skims. I have a conzillion Skims products, shapewear, everything, all the things, dresses. That shirt she had on looked like Skims. Kim clock her tea. You like that girl like trying to steal your blueprint? Just saying. They get to the event, nothing is set up. Shamia and Kelly arrive on time. Nothing is set up. And she was like, you know, this is what we doing in our neighborhood. I'm like, great, is that your neighborhood? And why y'all golfing? You couldn't even, Britt couldn't even bend down in her dress. That she told all these women to wear classy derby type outfits with the little hats and everything, and y'all going golfing. Like, none of it makes sense to me. It's in delusion. She wants to be something she's not so bad, and it shows. It's giving you a fan. You watch Housewives, and you want to put on this facade of who, especially after the king of it all, her spilling your tea. Oh, you're not no freak hole, but you know we live in a classy neighborhood, and we do all these classy things. And they in these people greenery. If you know anything about golf, golf is not my favorite sport, but I know a little bit about it to know like the grass, that's very expensive. Especially in one of them gated country club communities. Like that comes out of their HOA fees and stuff. And they poking their heels all into the grass. Nobody know how to play golf. Even Shamia said, girl, you should have practiced or something. Like, what does that have to do with skims? Or bare naked? Bare naked skims. Skims bare naked. Girl. And then they allowed another thing about golf. You know, when you playing golf, you have to be quiet because the ball has to like gently move itself into the tee. The bitch didn't even know that. She didn't even know that. Bitch, you stop playing stuff you not. Just be yourself. All you got to do is be yourself, Britt, and we probably would have liked you as an audience. But the consensus is bravo, effing bravo, get this girl off our TV. She don't even make sense. But we understand the legalese of it all. What Kenya did, y'all protected yourself. But she is boring. She is fake. She seems like a person to just watch the show and say, I'm going to do this and I'm going to have an event that makes absolutely go goddamn sense. It's going to be skims, bare naked. But I'm having it at a country club. Yeah. Anyway, they trying to play golf. They loud. They pushing their heels all into the people's grass. That is expensive. I bet that if she does live in that neighborhood, I bet she got her a good old hefty HOA fine for that. So then Portia arrives and she sit down at the table and she asks the friend, so what's this about? And the friend was like, some type of lunch. She called it naked. She said, I think it's makeup. Girl, that mean you just came up to the top of your head. You just decided, you know what, I'm not doing real estate anymore, so I'm going to get on here. I'm going to do shapewear because I have a BBL, and I took all my coworkers when I had my agency to get a BBL in Miami, and it was really bad for our house, so I'm going to create shapewear. That's what it's given. Then everybody arrives, y'all. All the guests that she's invited. Did she even know these people? She only has food for the cast. She only has food for the cast. And it looked like they were sharing food. In my brain, in my mind, I was thinking, say for example, the caterer or the planner did get it wrong. And it was supposed to be food for everybody because it was showing like everybody had placings. You know, I've been to several events, been in corporate America, where you sit down at a table where you're seated and you have your plate and they tell you what the menu, you go to the menu, you're like chicken or fish? I might do the fish or the chicken. And you have like a salad, starter salad. And that was all around the event, but only the cast was able to eat. In that moment, girl, you couldn't tell that lady you was talking to behind the curtain, hey, guess what? I don't want to look stupid on TV. What y'all need to do, go Uber Eats. I know this for a fact. Well, like, you can, like, order fast, like, big restaurants from Uber Eats. I'm not sure about DoorDash is iffy. But I know for sure Uber Eats because, like I said, I come from corporate America background. We didn't have plenty of events. And you can hurry up and order, like, I've been at corporate events where they didn't have enough food and they hurry up and Uber eat it. You know, I don't know. Here in Houston, we have Papados, like wherever you trying to serve, like hurry up and get it there, make it match. Because it looked like they were just eating basic salad, like a salad you can get from your regular Kroger's or H-E-B. In Houston, we have H-E-B. I don't know everybody. I know in Atlanta they have Publix. Your Publix, girl, you can get no salads from Publix and pass it around to the people. So the whole cast is sitting at this one main table and she blaming the lady. But girl, you don't know how to fix stuff in the midst of that. This is your brand, your deal, your bare naked / skims line. You didn't know how to fix that scene yourself, girl. I would have let me tell you something. What you need to do, get your people to go outside or go down the street or go whatever, get some food, put it down in this place. Because everybody was like sitting on their phones, watching everybody eat. Watching everybody eat. Looking around like, why are we here? Did you hire those people? If you hired those people to sit there and act like they know you, because she didn't even communicate with them, with the people that were just sitting around looking crazy. Like, we ain't got no food. They just sitting around on their phone, scrolling Instagram, TikTok, whatever. I was like, Brie, you talking about classy. You trying to be too hard or something. You're not. You're not classy. It would have been better if you just made this a cast only event and just say, y'all, I'm starting to shapewear. Pass around some champagne. Hell, go to Ruth Chris's Houston's. Y'all know y'all have Houston's in Atlanta, and just rent out a room or whatever. Have everybody sit down, the whole cast, and just talk about the go naked. Oh, that's another thing that gets brought up. The producers asked Portia, how do you feel about her saying bare naked close to your go naked? And Portia was like, put some respect on my hair, bro. I would say Portia got some good hair, and it's reasonable. Portia got some good hair. But I'm like, girl, I would have hair up and say no. What I'm not going to do on my first season of Real Housewives of Atlanta is not feed the people. Portia even said, one thing you don't want to do in Atlanta is not have no food. They'll talk about you forever. Then she passed out gifts again for the cast only. Looked like it came in an Amazon box. And again, it looked like Skims. Then she wants to be shady and give Angela Oakley a large XL. Now, Angela body is body, yada, 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 yada. Angela body is bodying all the time. Body is tea. She's trying to, I guess, be shady when Angela give her extra large. And I'm like, girl, like you doing too. You like she was doing so much at the beginning of the season with Kenya. She doing it again with Angela Oakley. And Angela Oakley shades in the confessionals like, maybe this big size was for that big ass toothbrush for her big ass mouth while all that Kenya showed on them pictures. That's what she meant by that. But and then everything goes to dumpster fire. Like everything goes to the dumpster fire. All of a sudden, Angela just decides to announce Charles does not have a side baby. Portia pulled up her famous quote phrase. Who said that? Who said that? Angela, I know there wasn't no food there, and y'all at this dumbass event in this country club. Girl, like, why did you have to announce that like that? Charles looked like he wasn't even caring. And then Britt says, also, I'm not one of Charles's horns. And they show the scene back where Angela called her a whore. She didn't say she was one of Charles' whores. So get Britt away from me with this Apollo. Like, I can't. Look, I'm getting flushed. I can't. Bravo, effing bravo. Why do y'all leave this girl on this show? Like, it's secondhand embarrassment. It's secondhand embarrassment. This whole event, secondhand embarrassment. Then Shamia and Drew start beefing about the lapdog comment. Shamia, girl, everybody wanted you to have a peach, and because you was friend of for over 10 years, you know, maybe this not for you, girl, because the fact that Drew was calling your lapdog and you start barking, you start barking, then your reads wasn't landing. Then Drew kind of clocked back at you, was like, you giving, because she was like, well, dog years, I mean, I'm her old, and what your dog years and human years? She was like, you're giving elderly dog. Drew said that. Shamia, girl, stop barking. And stop defending Portia sitting there not saying nothing. And they said that the reason that Drew called her Shamia, Portia's lapdog, is because the PJ conversation when in the studio, Drew was like, oh yeah, this album can pay for college, PJ's college. And she was like, well, I won't. Shamia was defended. No, I know PJ's colleges pay for it. She's like, what, some snacks or something? Drew, you said it. Shamia, stop barking. It's weird. And the fact that your friend that you barking for ain't saying nothing. Everybody, y'all, she was on the mute chance. Everybody on mute. Put your mother hands, like, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. And then Britt stands up. Attention. This is a classy event. And if you want to have an issue with each other, take it outside. Girl, this ain't no classy event. Y'all all overdressed with no dang food in somebody else's country club. Eating salad. Oh, gosh, this is stressful. It's like, this girl really got on TV and did an event with no food. This is worse than Sheree having a fashion show with no fashions. Real ROHA fans know what I'm talking about. Remember Sheree having a fashion show with no fashions? At least Sheree had pictures. Girl, you couldn't get him no chicken nuggets, no chicken wings, no lemonade from Publix. Like, I know you got Publix. We don't have that here. We have HEB. Anyway, that was Britt's horrible event. Like, I see why I've been watching who they've been bringing back on Watch What Happens Live. Portia's been on that twice. Kelly's been on there twice. Shamia's been on there twice. Britt's been on there once. And Drew been on there 0. And Phaedra was on there last night. And we're going to get to that. So the next scene is Drew is signing her record deal. I don't care. Whatever. I don't care. Dennis is not there. He zooms in, holding one eye to the phone. One eye to the thing. Because she wants to clear up the rumors that she, you know, had fellatio with him, gave him fellatio for beats. Then he honestly didn't clear it up. He was like, you know, he did that thing that men do, talk around thing, but I never addressing the issues. He really didn't clear it up. She signs her deal, blah, blah, blah. Speaking of which, did y'all see Drew and Ralph on Instagram last night? Oil in the kitchen. He cooking steaks. Steaks are good. Feeding her. Is this divorce to all the scheme to toss it up? Shout out to Bertha and her, you know, going through Alzheimer's and stuff. Because she coined that phase as scheme to toss it up. But are y'all really divorced? Or did you do this for a storyline? Because that's what it's giving. So then we get to the creme de la creme. What we've all been waiting for. I guess some people. Portia and Phaedra. How I know they was in trouble with this season, because Phaedra had on the same exact clothes that she left and married to Madison in when she hopped on their private jet with Chick. The same clothes, that Gucci little outfit with the like brassiere, or the same thing. So then they show a package of Phaedra over the years, and they show the package of why Phaedra is not on the show, and Phaedra still did not apologize to Kandi for making up that lie. And that's why everybody was like, if y'all gonna kick Kandi off, why y'all bringing Phaedra back? Like, that makes 0 sense. And then Phaedra still does apologize. She was like, he without fault cast the first stone. She went to the Bible on us. You know, Phaedra good for pulling the Bible out, using God. No, girl, you lied on that lady. You could have ruined that lady's life. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. We already know about that. Then Phaedra goes on to talk about she has a fetish for small people. I want to say people saying, oh, Phaedra and Portia acting like, you know, they this close. I did follow both of them on Instagram. They went to Nigeria the last like December that just passed for Daddy December. So I mean they still be hanging out together. Like, I mean, people was like, I ain't see this before then, but no, I saw them hanging out together other than on the show. And Phaedra says, like, oh yeah, that Kelly, she's so little. I have a fetish for little people. I want to tie them up and put them in my basement. Phaedra still ain't learned her lesson. Anyway, they go down a roll call. She was talking about Britt. Britt got more bodies than Willie. You know, Willie, the guy, the man, the funeral home she was working at. Willie Watkins, I think that's what it's called. When she was doing her embalming thing. Does she still do that? Then she was talking about Shamia. She loves Shamia. She loves everybody. That's what I said. Everybody, Kandi, everybody loves Shamia. So Shamia seems like a great person. I just don't think Shamia is a great peach holder from what she's shown us. Or what they edited to show us. I still rock with Shamia over Portia now. Portia, you were my girl. Like, we were you girlfriends. Like, I really, really liked it you. And this season did not make you look good. I know you was going through a lot with somebody else, but girl, this season did not make you good. And then she gets to talking about Drew, and she was like, oh, Drew doing hot dogs. I thought she was doing tacos. That was a reference to her, Drew messing with Ty. That's now Basketball Wives with something Ming Lee? Yeah, Ming Lee. And then Phaedra pretends like she didn't know Charles Oakley was married. Even on Watch What Happens Live, it was Phaedra and Lala. And they both was like, we never knew Charles Oakley was married. And you know, Lala's been in the basketball world, hence Carmelo Anthony, Lala Anthony. And they like nobody, they both told Andy, like, he was like, y'all didn't know about Angela? They was like, no, we didn't know that he had a wife. And then he mentioned, you know, Andy's messy, that he dated for Sheree at one point. Child, what's going on with Charles Oakley? Like, what's the tea? What's the tea? Are we gonna find out the tea? Like, we knew he was married because Wendy Williams said it. But now, what he be doing in the Atlanta streets, we shall, only Atlanta people know. And I would say on Watch What Happens Live, Phaedra still wasn't landing for me. Bravo, you still weren't doing your big one by bringing Phaedra back. We all know what the big one's going to be. Let's not address the elephant, the leaks of it all. Bring her back on Housewives because she's doing horrible on this show. This interview of these people on YouTube. Oh my God, it's horrible. I be like this sometimes. Then that one with her and Tamar. Oh my God, the skin bleaching, the tone of the skin not matching the neck. Anyway, and then also Lala seemed really guarded on Watch What Happens Live. But anyway, I watched The Shy, which she's on, and I watched BMF. Anyway, y'all, like this video. I went over than I wanted to go over about this episode. It's just this season came out to be. I think they anticipated to be like they big 6 week 16. It ain't hitting like that though. It ain't hitting like that. And you can see they was scrambling for something to bring Phaedra in her same clothes. I mean, she got on that private jet, probably Bravo paid for, and came, and they told her, guess what? As soon as you land, you got to go to your house. Portia's coming over to film. That's what it looked like. Anyway, y'all, like the video. A lot of people been liking not liking. A lot of people been watching my content, but not liking and subscribing. They got to flow through the algorithms. I'm trying to get more subscribers. I'm just little small YouTubers, big ones out there, you know. But I see why they harass y'all so much. I should be like, what the people stop asking me that now? I see why. Can y'all please thumbs up the video, subscribe, leave me a little comment of your thoughts on what I said, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.